Welcome to Module 19, Lesson 4. In this lesson, we're going to work on representing and comparing different customary units of liquid volume. Okay, so think about things that you would pour liquid into, like cups, jugs of water, right? This is how we measure that sort of liquid. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. Number 1. The size of a drink container depends on the amount of liquid it needs to contain. The grocery store sells drinks in gallons, quarts, pints, and cups. There are 2 cups in 1 pint, 2 pints in a quart, and 4 quarts in a gallon. How does the amount of liquid in a gallon compare to the amount of liquid in each smaller size container? Okay, so we're actually going to start with our largest volume. Our largest volume is a gallon. So I'm going to draw a long bar to show my gallon, and I'll label it with gallon. All right, so now I need to look back and see what my next is. So 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So I want to draw the same size rectangle for quarts, but I know within this rectangle there are 4 quarts for my 1 gallon. And we can label that as quart. All right, let's look back. So now we can find that 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So again, we're going to draw the same size hole for comparison. And now in every quart, we know that there are 2 pints. So we'll redraw our quarts and split each of those in half for the 2 pints in 1 quart. All right, and now we are on our final measure. In 1 pint, there are 2 cups. So again, we'll draw our hole one more time. In every pint, there are 2 cups. So we'll bring our lines down from our pints and split them in half to show our 2 cups in every pint. Okay, I can't fit cup there, so I'm just going to draw an arrow. All right, so now we're going to look at some comparisons. How does 1 gallon compare to 1 quart? Well, we know that 1 gallon is 4 times a quart, right? Because there are 4 quarts in every gallon. Now, what about a pint? Let's see how many pints are in a gallon. So we know there's 2 pints in a quart. So in total, there are 8 pints in a gallon. So it's 8 times larger than a pint. And finally, what about 1 cup? So let's see how many cups are in a gallon. We know there's 2 cups in every pint. So if there's 8 pints in a gallon, then there are 16 cups. So it is 16 times as much as a cup. And now let's answer question B. If there are 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup, how can you find the number of fluid ounces in a gallon? So what they're saying is in this whole chart, right, we're now imagining that here's our pints, right? They're double a cup, and we just kept going up and up. The inside each, so now we'll label this again as our cup. Inside each cup, there are 8 ounces. How do we find the number of fluid ounces in a gallon? Well, if we know that there are 16 cups in a gallon, and 8 ounces in 1 cup, we can multiply those 16 cups times 8 ounces to find the total. Let's go ahead and solve to find how many ounces are in a gallon. So 8 times 6 ones is 48 ones. 8 ones regroup our 4 tens. 8 times 1 10 is 8 tens, plus 4 more tens is 12 tens. So we can find that there are 128 ounces. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to finish writing. Right, let's take a look at number 2. Ty needs 65 cups of apple juice to serve at a party. Apple juice is sold in gallon containers. How many gallons should Ty buy? Complete the table. So we know 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. So 2 gallons is equal to 32 cups. Go ahead and complete the table. Pause the video if you need any more time. So 3 gallons would need 48 cups, plus 6 more would get us to 64 cups, plus 16 more would get us to 80. So if he needs 65 cups, 64 is really close, but he's not going to have enough. So Ty needs to buy 5 gallons of apple juice. For number 3, Amber uses 3 quarts of iced tea and 4 cups of lemonade to make an iced tea lemonade drink. Compare the amounts of iced tea and lemonade. So we need to find the number of cups in 3 quarts. If we look back at our chart, we can see that 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. So if we want to find the number of cups in 3 quarts, we have 3 quarts times 4 cups in a quart, which will give us 12 cups. So which of these is greater? 3 quarts, which is equal to 12 cups, or 4 cups? Well, 3 quarts is larger. So what does Amber use more of, iced tea or lemonade? She uses more iced tea. All right, go ahead and complete the check understanding. If you would like to go through the first problem together, we're going to go ahead and do that. If you're feeling confident, go ahead and pause the video and check your work after. All right, let's look at number 1. During a marathon, runners are given cups of water. Marathon organizers expect to give out 12 gallons of water. How many ounces are in 12 gallons? So we need to think about how many ounces are in 12 gallons. We have a lot of math to do for this. So let's think about how many cups are in 12 gallons first. Well, 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. So 12 gallons is going to be equal to some number of cups. Let's go ahead and multiply. I'm going to use an area model to solve. You can solve however you want. So I know that I have my 16 cups in my 12 gallons. I'll find my partial products, add them up, so we find that in 12 gallons, there are 192 cups. But we aren't done yet because each of those cups is worth a number of ounces. If we look back at our previous problem, it tells us that there are 8 ounces in 1 cup. So now I need to multiply my 192 cups times my 8 ounces. I know 8 times 2 is 16. I'm going to regroup my 110. 8 times 9 tenths is equal to 72 tenths, plus my 110 I regrouped will be 73 tenths, 3 tenths, 7 hundredths. And 8 times my 100 will be 8 hundredths, plus 7 more is 15 hundredths. So here's our final answer. How many ounces are in 12 gallons? 1,536 ounces.